Well, good Sunday morning. We are waking up nice and dry. Notice a little bit further towards our south. So from Augusta, Columbia towards Charleston, Hilton Head, that's where we are seeing a little bit more cloud cover. But overall conditions today, really a nice finish to the weekend. We've finally got beautiful skies out and about today. Once the sun is up, mostly sunny skies. Highs will be topping out in the upper 70s to the lower 80s. So it will feel a little bit on the warmer side for today and into the next 24 hours or so, and then we've got a major temperature drop. Monday, 84 degrees. That's likely where our temperatures will peak. And then we drop about 10 degrees on Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, keeping the low to mid 70s in store for us. That's not even accounting for the fact that our overnight lows will be getting us into the 50s to potentially even the 40s, especially across higher elevations. So it is going to be a bit of a taste of fall for us once we get past tomorrow. Then we are really looking at beautiful conditions the rest of the week. Now, as far as today goes, trying to get out and about, great day to do so. Lots of sunshine. It's going to be a little bit on the warmer side, but overall not a bad way to close out the weekend. Very similar setup moving on into Monday, Tuesday, and most of next week. In fact, here at home, we don't have really a whole lot to talk about weather-wise because we are finally getting into a very quiet stretch of weather for us, really for about the next week or so. So that's great news if you are still picking up the pieces from Helene. Now, as far as the tropics go, we have several areas of interest that we are watching. In the middle of the Atlantic, we have Hurricane Kirk. It has now gone down from what was a Category 4 hurricane within the last couple of days to now Category 2, projected to work its way far away from us towards the northeast. We also have Leslie, Category 1 hurricane, still looks like it will remain out to sea, and then a disturbance following that. The one that's a little bit closer to home, though, is in fact Milton. That's the one that we're keeping a very close eye on, as it does have the potential to bring some impacts to the U.S. So let's take a closer look. Right now, Tropical Storm Milton with the latest advisory. Sustained winds of 50 miles per hour, pushing towards the east at 5 miles per hour. These waters are very warm and they've got a lot of energy with it. So there is really all indications are starting to show that this could actually strengthen into a major hurricane prior to making landfall. The latest timing has this working right near Tampa. Notice the span of where it could actually make landfall, though, could be anywhere from the Big Bend all the way to South Florida, though. But right now, at least the center of the storm is projected to go through Tampa sometime during the day on Wednesday. So timing-wise of when it actually works through on Wednesday is still a little iffy, but nonetheless, these are areas that were impacted from Helene and likely have another very strong system moving that way just within the next couple of days. Right now, not posing any impacts for us here at home, but of course, if that track changes, we will continue to keep you posted. Right now, we are looking at beautiful conditions now through most of next week, and that's going to come with a major cool down from Monday into Tuesday. Well, we have a beautiful finish to the weekend with lots of sunshine in store for us. A little bit more cloud cover the further south you go, especially closer towards the coast. But here at home, mostly sunny skies. Temperatures still going to feel a little bit more like summertime this afternoon as highs climb mainly into the low to mid 80s. So bit of a warm October day for us, and that'll continue to be the theme for a little bit longer. Moving on into Monday, that's when I do anticipate our temperatures actually peaking for our entire 4-day plus forecast in the lower 80s. Then we drop about 10 degrees from Monday into Tuesday. The rest of the week sitting in the low to mid 70s. Overnight lows getting into the 50s and even the 40s. A few spots for western North Carolina, lower 40s. So it will be a little bit more of a chillier start each of those mornings, but that is going to be a nice refreshing change for us and a nice taste of fall for us in the next couple of days. Now, if you're going to be out and about today, again, it is going to be a warm day, but beautiful conditions. We might see a few extra clouds at times, but we are remaining dry through today and most of next week. Right now, I don't have any rain projected to fall across our region. This is a welcome change for us. So we need the sunshine and we've got it for about the next 7 days. But I want to point out the tropics. 2 months left of hurricane season and we've got several areas of interest. In the Atlantic, None of these are going to impact us. Great news here. Kirk still looks to work off into or towards the northeast. Disturbance following Leslie. Low chance of development off the coast of Africa if it does develop. Right now, projections have it still going out into the middle of the Atlantic. And Leslie also should remain in the Atlantic, not heading anywhere close to us. Now, a little bit closer to home, though, is Milton. Few things that are a little bit tricky with Milton is essentially it's a small storm. It's not quite like how it was with Helene. I know you're maybe seeing a similar sort of path of how it got developed, but right now this is a very different system. Still expected to bring heavy amounts of rainfall and strong winds for parts of Florida, but the overall track is a little bit on the tricky side. Sustained winds of 60 miles per hour. Pressure has continued to drop with the last couple of runs, and the winds have continued to go up. It's moving towards the east at 5 miles per hour. So right now it's slow moving, but as it works over those warm waters, it gains energy and potentially speeds on up, especially as it gets closer towards the west coast of Florida. Latest projections have this becoming a hurricane by late tonight into early tomorrow, then potentially strengthening to a major hurricane, Category 3 hurricane Tuesday night into Wednesday, making landfall sometime during the day on Wednesday. Where it makes landfall, that's where things still need to get fine-tuned in the next 24 hours or so, whether it's the panhandle of Florida or southern Florida. Right now, the core of the system, or at least the center line of that cone, is moving right through Tampa. A lot of these areas were impacted from Helene just a week ago, so they don't need any bit of rain or wind, and it looks likely that they will see that. For us here at home, unless the track changes, it looks like we are going to remain clear of any impacts from the tropics. In fact, we are smooth sailing with not only our weather pattern, but our temperatures once we get past Tuesday, as we'll be sitting in the 70s for those afternoon highs, and then those overnight lows dipping into the 50s and 40s for much of next week.